Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to be installing a Turner's Motorsport glossy intake for my BMW 2016 M2. Now this one has a modded M2 competition or M4 strut brace. Relatively easy, just look up other videos or forums, but I want to see if it's going to be fitting my M2 because of this modification right here. What you get in the box is this beautiful carbon fiber air tube from Turner's Motorsport, along with your air filter cone. This is going to be an open box, so there's no cover on top. There's also gaskets for the heat shield and the mounting hardware. Now what I'm removing over here is all the 13mm bolts holding onto the carbon fiber strut brace, depending on if you have this modification done on your M2. The next step is to use a flathead to loosen the clamp from the air tube to the turbo inlet pipe, as well as removing the connectors. The next step is to use a Torx bit or an Allen key wrench, preferably, to remove the two screws for the airflow sensor. We will be using the airflow sensor on the carbon fiber tube later on. Next, we will be installing these two rubber grommets. One of them has a hole inside, which is necessary to put a screw through so that it can support the heat shield when installing inside the car. Next, we will be installing these metal legs or pegs, which will be sitting on top of the rubber grommets when we install them inside the car. These is necessary to also support the heat shield weight, as well as it can be secure. Next, you're going to be installing two rubber grommets, one on the frame, and then the other one's going to be on the OEM grommet location. Next, you're going to go ahead and insert your heat shield. Go ahead and line those legs to the rubber grommets, and then the last part you'll go ahead and insert a screw. It should be pretty simple at that point. Now at first I had an issue installing this carbon fiber tube. Just be patient, align those two holes to the ones on the heat shield, and on the other side just go ahead and insert the other part of the tube into the turbo inlet pipe. Next, you're going to go ahead and use your two remaining screws from the kits to secure the carbon fiber tube to the heat shield. After that process, go ahead and connect the hose as well as the air flow sensor wired to the sensor itself. And we're almost done. You're going to go and grab your air filter cone. One thing I did notice is that it was pretty oily at the time. However, I didn't think much of it. Now on the next clip, you're going to see what happens if you don't clean it up. Obviously it popped right off and we don't want that. So you're going to go ahead and remove that, or if you have it out, you're going to use a microfiber towel to clean up the residue, either from the tube and on the inner part of the air filter cone as well.
Now in this case, if you did do the carbon fiber strut brace from the M3 and M4, I was concerned about fitment, about the carbon fiber strut brace from any intakes. However, in this case, there wasn't really much of an interference. If anything, it was probably like 0.5 millimeter to 1 millimeter of clearance from the strut brace to the heat shield, which is great news. The carbon fiber is not impacting at all, which is really great in this case. Now, unfortunately, this does mean if we use all the silicone gasket, it's going to impact that silicone and may cause some issues with the carbon fiber strut brace. So what I did was I marked off where that interference would begin, and we're going to go ahead and cut the silicone shorter than needed, so that when we place that carbon fiber strut brace, it won't cause any bouncing or any interference. So go ahead and place the gasket on top of the heat shield. Make sure the edges are pushed all the way down so that your cut is accurate. Afterwards, go ahead and push it right next to the masking tape. It should be like this, and just go and cut it like that, and that's it. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and place the carbon fiber strut brace on top, and just make sure there's no interference. If the rubber gasket is touching it, that should be okay, as long as the carbon fiber strut brace is not moving around side to side. Finally, you have completed installing your Turner's Motorsport intake for your N55. I hope you find this video very helpful to you. If there's any questions, just please ask through the comments and I'll try to respond to you guys. Thank you for watching the video.